Hey my friends, if 2021 was a year filled with storms, I want to remind you that storms make trees grow deeper roots, so we can get stronger, right? I hope you're having a beautiful day of celebration. And at the times of Christmas, we are celebrating with our families, right? We are expressing our gratitude and love for others. So I also want to remind you, don't forget about yourself. Think about how many things you've already achieved and you can be grateful for. There are so many beautiful things that happened this year, and there was a lot of sunny days, right? A lot of playfulness. Even though we easily remember the dark days than all the beautiful moments, right? We rather go into the past and think about all the things we could do better, all the things we think that were bad, then automatically feel how many good things happened. So I want to bring you a message today that you're already enough. And it was an incredible year behind us, and we've learned so much, so many lessons. We've all grown so much. Like each moment, we are actually a new person. And as each moment we are a new person, if we're reflecting our past with the attitude of gratitude, we are becoming more elevated person each moment. And it's actually proven in science, people which are elevating their emotions, the cells in the body are expressing greater, healthier proteins, which means healthier body. So every time we reflect our past out of gratitude, appreciation, joy, happiness, and we actually recognize how often we've been playful, how often we've been happy, even though if we don't have like perfect relationships, or we don't have a perfect amount of money, or whatever the perfection may be in your mind, we still had many moments of beauty, right? Many beautiful walks in the nature, many beautiful conversations with many beautiful people, many beautiful moments with our pets, dogs and cats, and all possible interesting creatures, right? Can you reflect a beautiful moment right now in front of your eyes and just feel gratitude for it? As I mentioned, perfection. We are perfectly imperfect. And that's the beauty of life. So we don't need to seek the perfection, but rather playfulness. Let's play with what you have. There are two different perceptions we can experience. One is the limited state of being, from which we always wish we would have more. We always wish things would happen differently. And the other perception is wider perception, where we always use whatever we have to make beauty out of it. And if I give you an example, like for example, I would give you a pencil. And a limited perception would say like, well, I need money, what can I do with that pencil? It's worthless, I need money right now to survive. But a wider, more opened mind would say, well, that's interesting, and would write a poem or draw a picture and sell it, and would get money and satisfaction out of that playfulness. Just a small example. You know, each thing was seen by two completely different perceptions. And we all can see our lives completely differently that we are used to. So as we're entering into 2022, it's time to let go of perfection. Because you are perfectly imperfect. That's the only perfection there is, that you are perfectly imperfect. That's the uniqueness that you hold within. You are exactly how you need to be right now, and that's okay. Some people like you for that, some people love you for that, and some people don't like you for that. And that's okay. It's all exactly as it needs to be for you to gain the best possible experiences that life has to offer. What would happen if everything would be perfect, everything would be okay? Life would be so boring. So boring. That's why we have blank canvases. So we can make a painting. If everything would be perfect, all the paintings would be already created. All the stories would be already told. The nature would be already finished. All the books would be already written. There would be nothing else to add. And that would be really boring. You would already reach your full potentials, and there would be nothing else to reach. Nothing else to experience. Isn't that a boring story? But because we are not there, there's an open mind to experience an infinite beauty, infinite new opportunities. And that's what 2022 is bringing to us. Open doors of all possible experiences. But we can always choose them from those two different perceptions that I've explained to you before. So I'm happy that you've came across this video, because it may just change your life. So we can always see things around us as tools for creating, or we can see them as things being victimized by, right? Some people are just victimized because they think they don't have the right thing to create what they want. But what creators do, they use what they have and make a craft out of it, make a creation out of it, make an artwork out of it. So it's not just the artwork that it's created out of those little things. It's also the journey that we go through while we are creating it. We learn so much by using small things which before we thought they are useless. Now we see they are priceless. When things become priceless, we start appreciating them, right? And everything is priceless if we see it that way. That's why I always also say to artists which are at the beginning of their journeys, I say, appreciate your work. Do not sell it for too little. Appreciate it, because there's your whole life in that painting. There's your whole life in that creation. It's not just those few hours which we put into something. It's our life's story in that. Our life's experiences. All the steps we walked until this day, that we've been able to create something. So same is with your self-worth, my friends. When you go at your job and you feel like you're not paid as much as you believe you deserve, respect your self-worth. If you feel that way, it means that your body is telling to you that you are worthier than that. Your time is priceless. So put it into something which will fulfill your life. Your body is priceless. It's sacred, actually. So invest your energy into something which will fulfill your life. Not just something which will pay your bills, but something which will fulfill your life. That's also the thing that many people are asking, like, I feel I'm a passionate person. I feel like I'm driven by something, but I don't know what's my purpose. I don't know what to do in my life. And I like to say, well, life has no purpose until we create it. We create the purpose by being passionate about something. and having a clear goal what we want to do with that. For example, my purpose is spreading the message which is coming from the soul, sometimes from the source from which my soul is coming from. My purpose is to bring that message to you. Sometimes it's through art, sometimes it's through videos, sometimes it's both, sometimes it's through poetry. In the future it will be also through books and maybe through, lecturing or whatever. We'll see what the future will bring. But that's the purpose that I've created by sensing what I want to do in life. So we need to learn to connect with our inner feeling, which is always telling us what we feel that we want to do in life. And that's what it means when we say start following your heart. And heart is speaking the voice of love. Heart is always speaking the voice of love. And that's what it means, having love for life. That's when you give life to life. Your life to that melody of life. It's like sensing that there's a music within you and you start playing it. Isn't that beautiful? We are now expressing the poetry right here. It's so beautiful, my friends. When we sense the melody, we sense the inspiration, we sense there's something within us we want to bring to the world. But most people are ignoring it because they don't believe that with that feeling they can actually make a living out of it. That's such a limited idea. Forget about those limitations. But rather open your mind and see that there's an potential within a potential, within a potential, within a potential. Which means that as soon as you start moving the things, they will open new doors for you. Things will start appearing. Life will give you more opportunities, and more opportunities will bring you more opportunities. And if you know what's the thing that you want to create with it, if you know what are the results you want to create, if you know what you want to experience, the opportunities will appear in your life. But there's a thing to be aware how much we are limiting ourselves, because I've learned something truly incredible. I've learned that every time we feel like we are serving others, we feel more fulfilled than any money, anything can ever bring to us. We feel more fulfilled than anything else. And the magic happens, money will come, things will come, everything you need will come if you trust that process. So trust. In 2022, the first thing you need to understand is learn how to trust. Learn how to trust your path. Learn how to trust the force. As I said before, the source which gives life to your soul, which gives life to your body, is actually guiding you. Truly. It is guiding you, and we can only sense that guidance if we stay connected with it. What is disconnecting us from that guidance? Our mind. Overthinking, overanalyzing, overcalculating. We can only analyze things based by the knowledge that we possess, that we have. And our knowledge is limited based by what we perceive, what we choose to perceive, what we've experienced in life. If we are constantly surrounded by people with the same perception, we will be limited by that same perception as well, because that's all we know. So we can only analyze our lives based by that small limited perception. That's why we say, oh, it's not possible. And I say, yeah, it is. You just have a limited belief which is not supporting that possibility. So people may ask like how to remove that limited belief, and I say learn the knowledge. And understand that knowledge is not the key. Knowledge can help us to find the key, but wisdom is what is unlocking the doors. What it means. Knowledge can bring us closer to opportunities, but with wisdom of life we will actually recognize the opportunities. Knowledge is just an information or a field of information. But when we put a certain knowledge into action, we gain life's experiences, and that's wisdom. That's why it's so important to study, to learn, to read the books. Read everything about everything, as long as it helps you to grow, as long as it helps you to evolve. So make sure that 2022 will be a year of growth. So I can tell you right now, 2021 was my best year because I've never pressed the pause button for learning and growing. Never in any day I've pressed the pause button for learning and growing. That's why my 2021 was the best year so far. And I know that 2022 will be even better because I know that I will never press the pause button for learning, growing, and evolving. Which means that even when we have a bad day, there's a lesson in that day. As I said at the beginning, storms make trees grow deeper roots, which means we get more grounded and we get stronger. But with deeper roots comes longer branches, right? We see more. We experience more light. We get bigger, our soul gets brighter. Our wisdom will expand. And that's the beauty of challenges. That's where challenges are not challenges anymore, but lessons. Right? We hear it really often, but it's quite hard to understand it sometimes until we think about our past and we recognize, well, we are who we are because of all those experiences. So I want to give you a short practice right now. Just for a moment, close your eyes. Close your eyes. If you're not driving a car or anything which you need to be focused on, close your eyes. And imagine yourself looking on the calendar right now. Looking on the calendar. And you see the date on the calendar right now, 24th of December, 2022. You see the year on the calendar, 2022. And now for this moment, just become aware how many truly unbelievable great things you've achieved until now. Think like back in 2021 at the same day you couldn't even imagine all the things that you've achieved. And just experience that powerful gratitude right now. All the money that you've earned or saved, all the lessons that you've gained, all the things you've created, the book that you finally finished, the project that went viral and brought you best possible connection for your future plans. Maybe you've just met that special person, or you've just married, or you've just created a beautiful family, or you've just moved to your favorite place. And for a moment, just celebrate that feeling. As the future self, let's celebrate that feeling. Just feel it. connecting with that vibration of your future, sensing it, generating it, being it, becoming it. How does it feel? How your future feels like right now? It feels beautiful, right? This is your future, my friends. So when you will be ready, you can get back to your body and just feel that energy. And know, every time you think about your future, you're placing your timeline there. You're shifting your timeline into that direction. So if you fall into a trap of fear and worry, remember, even when we are angry, anger is triggered by fear. Sometimes we are afraid that we will be judged, that we will be alone, that we will be whatever. Everything is coming out of fear. And remember, if you can learn to generate that feeling that you've generated right now, you can overcome any fear anytime you choose. By seeing yourself in the future as you've already achieved, already experienced, already created all the things that you're right now dreaming about, visualizing about, or wishing. Even wish needs to start somewhere, right? If we want to take actions, firstly we need to think about it. And it's okay to wish things to happen. But do not stay just with wishing. Go deeper into that. How would it feel if I create it? How would it feel like if it would already be present? Because with that we can also experiment. Is that thing that we want truly fulfilling us or will fulfill us? Because sometimes people ask me like, how to know what I really want? How to know what I really want? And I say to people, well, think about all the things that you right now think you want. And visualize them and feel how it feels like. Because through my meditations I've learned that some things are just not worthy enough. In the past I was visualizing like having a lot of money. And for a short time I felt those emotions of joy, happiness and gratitude. But at some point I've learned that it's not strong enough to be motivated by it. So I asked myself, well, if the money is not driving me, what else is there that could actually motivate me? So I started visualizing myself helping people, spreading the message, creating the community of loving, connected people which help one another, and be a part of that community, be a generator of love in that community. And every time when I'm visualizing that, every time when I'm visualizing people which are smiling, people which have life in their eyes, people which are walking with love in the nature, I feel so motivated, so inspired, so driven to make it happen, to experience that. So that's what I'm visualizing when I'm thinking about the future. That's what is fulfilling me. And I'm doing that every single day because I'm driven by that vision. I don't care what is happening on the world because that's my vision of the future. And I'm experiencing it every single day. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but every time when I go outside, I meet happy people. Of course, I see some people which are like, sometimes you feel like you're walking through the zombie land. Sometimes it feels like that, but people with whom I'm interacting, they're smiling, they're kind people, open-hearted. So we need to understand that part of being the creator of your reality. When it comes to your surroundings, your environment, people you meet, experiences you go through, it's all part of your creations. So always be inspired by that fulfilling state, by that blissful state which is generated by you when you take time for yourself and think about the future. If that's 2022, let it be that way. So this is it for now, my friends. I'm sending you all love, blessings, and lots of power. I hope you've enjoyed today's painting, and if you would like to find more about my art, you can find it on my Instagram page, AttractPassion. As I mentioned before, our Etsy shop will be closed till 1st of January, so we can handle all of your orders. So I also want to say thank you from my heart for supporting my work. I have actually a project for 2022 which will be focused on helping other artists. Which actually has started because of your support. Because of your support, now I can create a project which will help other artists. So this is my plan for the future as well, and I will tell you more about it when it will be more evolved. So thank you again from my heart. You are making a huge difference, my friends. Your presence matter, and your body is sacred. Your soul is sacred, your consciousness is sacred, your beingness is sacred. Cherish it and nurture it. One love, my friends.